What's up, everybody? We are here at Quantum. I'm here with Nicole Majik. We have some super exciting news to share, and we wanted to bring you guys along for the journey. So we are going to be starting a video series, podcast, YouTube channel. It's going to be called Shootin The Shift, because Nicole and I have been shooting the shift for 11 years now.
11 years.
We've known each other for 11 years. And along this whole time, we've been having these epic conversations and our lives have shifted. And so we thought it might be really beneficial to bring people along and introduce them to the things that, the habits and the lifestyles and the behaviors that we share that have completely transformed our lives and also the lives of the people that we work with.
And sharing our experiences and all of this shifting and even some of the tough stuff, the easy stuff, the exciting things, so that other people who are experiencing the same things currently can learn from that and shift along with us.
Yeah, it's undoubtable at this point. There's something major happening in the world. And it's not just in our physical reality. There's a shift taking place inside people's minds and inside their hearts. And there's access to information that wasn't so widely available. And I think that information is causing a massive shift in human consciousness. And so the one thing that Nicole and I were talking about this earlier, the one thing that was super influential in my own shift was new literature, new conversations, new ideas, because we both kind of agree that this shift, it begins in the mind. It begins in our beliefs about reality. So those are some of the things, maybe if you want to talk about some of the things that we're going to be talking about in terms of shifting our beliefs so we can shift and change our lives, so we can take our power back and become the creators of experiences that we actually enjoy, ones that are fun.
Yeah, I think there's also that exploring the boundaries that you've put upon yourself that are limiting and testing those and seeing what is your new truth and really looking at, we talked about some of the foundational elements that I talk about all the time in my workshops, talks, summits, that people want these 3 foundational things, and it all deduces down to either having it or having the lack of it. And the first thing is safety and security. We all want to feel safe and secure. And when we don't, we go into survival mode, which means we can't be in growth mode. But when we have that safety and security, we can grow, we can prosper, we can be all of the things. The second thing is belonging. We want to feel loved and accepted and just respected. And when we don't feel that way, there's this sense of, I don't trust others, because you don't trust yourself either. Then you don't know how to act around other people. So you try to be everything for everyone and you lose yourself. So there's so many different things that can happen, not feeling worthy, and then creating that perfectionism. It has to be perfect, then people will accept me. It has to be perfect, and then I'll belong. The third thing is empowerment. We all want to feel empowered, and when we don't, we try to control things. When we do feel empowered, guess what happens? We empower others. So this is why we're here. We are 2 empowered women who acknowledge that in ourselves and in so many other people, and we want to bring that empowerment to all of you to a very different level. So
beautifully stated. Yes, yes. And people, it's like, sometimes you wonder, does these types of questions filter through everybody's minds? This idea and this understanding that somewhere within myself, I am seeking belonging. Like, does everybody think that way? Or is it, these are the conversations that we want to have, because I think that they are fundamental to humanity, those desires and those needs, but not everybody is aware that's what I'm getting at, is that not everybody is aware that those are the driving motivators that are usually in our subconscious. So part of what we're going to be talking about in terms of this shift is making the unconscious conscious, bringing these underlying applying beliefs that we might not even be aware that we have into the conscious mind, so we can look at them, we can talk about them, we can analyze them, and then we can actually consciously choose, what beliefs do I want to entertain, and what habits do I need to create so I can develop a sense of belonging, a sense of empowerment, all of those things that are fundamental to human wellness. And that's a huge part of what we want too, is we want to be well, we want to inspire other people to be well, and we want to create a world that reflects a sense of deep peace and holistic wellness. We were having like amazing conversations before we turned the camera on, so I want to kind of revisit some of the things.
Well, why don't we go back to, why are we here? How did we get here? Because it's been quite a long journey for both of us in this like convergence, divergence that we've done all along the way with each other.
Yes. So Nicole and I met, actually, I was in a healer school. This was 11 years ago, when I had just kind of like started out on sort of this awakening journey to heal myself and heal my life. And I went to an aura party with one of my classmates. My classmate, Diane, hosted an aura party, and Nicole was there doing the readings. And right away, there was this cosmic sort of starseed soul connection, of this recognition of, I know this person.
As soon as our eyes met, it was like, that's it. We're all done.
Yeah.
Hello, old friend.
It was like a wink. And so we've had this kind of knowingness like the whole time, and it's sort of our circles keep kind of intersecting, and we keep aligning with each other at events and conventions, and every single time it's like we're meant to do something together. And we kept asking, like, what is it? And this is it. This is the shift. This Shootin The Shift it's our thing. So
it's funny that we've talked about this for so long, of, we got to get together on a regular basis and just talk about things, because amazing things happen. We have had, oh God, I remember being over here in Quantum and just chatting after an event. And we were just hanging out, and all of a sudden, it literally was like 3-4 hours later, and it felt like 15-20 minutes. And that's the thing, is when we go into it, we go in at the quantum level where there is no time. And everything happens, downloads come through, amazing things. People come in satellite around us, just, you can feel that the energy pull is there, and that people just want to be around us. So we figured, well, why not do this so we have the time with each other, and to delve deeper within ourselves together, and share it with you, and do the same for you.
And we're having fun. Like, that's the most important thing, is like there's this energy of like, oh, they're loving what they're doing. And Nicole and I have had so many conversations, just her and I, and I've thought to myself, why is this not on film? Like, why are other people should be listening to this, because it's helpful. It's helpful for us, and it's inspiring. And if you could have seen the transformation of both of our lives from when we met, 11 years ago to where we are now, it's mystical, and it's magical, and it's not by accident. And I think that's one of the desires for sharing this, is that there's a very specific set of practices and lifestyles, habits that we have that have helped to influence the shifts in our lives. And so really, we're having fun doing what we're doing, but it's ultimately as an act of service to other people, so they can join us, maybe adopt some of the practices if they feel inspired to, or if you feel inspired to, and we can all create these lives of joy and fun and abundance. And then, by default, we create a more joyful, abundant, playful world, which is ultimately, who doesn't want a more joyful world? And just to Nicole's point, when we talk and all of a sudden time stops, that's when you're in the quantum field, or the field of possibility, where all things become available, is because you're not bound by the limitations of your mind or your strict belief systems.
Yeah. I call it the window of miracles. That's what I've always called it, is when I show people how to tap into that very particular space and just open everything up, there's this window of miracles. When I taught it in my fork bending class, of all things, it's not about ruining silverware. It's about training your mind to get into the space, into the quantum field where everything is united, because we are. And when you get in there, and as soon as you feel it, you cannot ever unfeel it. You always know what that feeling is. And when you can get in there and then you can maintain consciously that and hold that space open, and then it's almost like holding a folder open and just dumping all of your, manifestations in there, closing that up, and it goes out to a letter to the universe, and it's already manifested. And now it's take a couple of quick actions to get there, and things just start showing up. It's a domino effect.
Would you say that that's the key? Like that's the key to quantum creation, is to get into that window of miracles?
Every time. And I know when it happens, even when I subconsciously do it, when something is happening and I am aligned, my will is aligned with the universe's will to gift whatever to me. I know that when I get this feeling, if, for example, if you're at somewhere and you enter a raffle, right? Everybody's been at a raffle. You enter in for these little prizes, and I always can feel if I'm going to win something in that raffle, I know exactly what it is when I drop the ticket in. Because there's the window of miracles. It's like this little tiny.
It's like a feeling.
It's just I don't know how to describe it. It's like this.
It's a vibration.
It is a vibration. Everything is. So that little vibration that happens and just says, oh yeah. It's like a little tap. You got it.
Oh, there's so many fun things we're going to talk about. It just the word vibration. It just made me think of, oh my God, we could talk about energy medicine. We can talk about literature. We can talk about practices. We can talk about ritual. There's so many things that weave into this, how to tap in.
So tell us what you want to hear about, because that's going to be super important as well, because we'll be open to whatever conversations you want us to have.
Yes, it'll be a really cool interactive process between, us and the audience, and it's going to be really fun. So we can't wait to take you guys along for the ride and to just enjoy the journey of sort of expanding consciousness and making the subconscious mind a conscious mind.
I'm just noticing this now with the orange and the red and orange over here, where all that creative energy and all the root chakra, sacral chakra, just really getting in there and being creative and birthing new things with our intuition, with the purple flowers that are here. And it's just all from the heart, right? So there's this little setup that subconsciously has been created.
There's a whole atmosphere of Shootin The Shift. I love it.
And we got Shootin The Shift from a nice suggestion, which is awesome because it totally applies.
A huge shout out to one of our shifting sisters. Renee was the one, Nicole and I were talking about just the ideas and potentials and kind of creating this format. And Renee was like, Shootin The Shift. And Renee is perfect for always dropping a perfect one-liner, a perfect joke that makes everybody smile and laugh. So thank you so much, Renee, for giving us the name for our next endeavor.
Yeah, perfect.
And just to close up, one little tip to leave you guys with, and it was something that Nicole said about the window of miracles and the alignment of thoughts, emotion, and action. When you have an idea and you embrace it emotionally and then you take action on it, that is the perfect recipe to manifest or to begin manifesting your dreams into reality. So ask yourself, what is in your heart? What is something that you want to birth into the world? And what types of thoughts, emotions, and actions might be necessary for you to do that? And then reach out to us, because we would love to help. That's what we're here to do. So
we always have events going on, and you've got stuff, I've got stuff. Check out our things and just follow us along and see what resonates.
It's going to be fun.
Totally.